Welcome to a place where forgotten legends breathe again, where shadows whisper and ancient spirits walk among us. Every story you hear is more than just myth. It's a warning. You're listening to Whispers Beyond the Veil. Turn down the lights. Open your mind. The story begins now. In Western Japan, Himeji Castle stands tall like a ghost of the past. Amidst the whitewashed walls and rotten wooden corridors, there is an ancient well lying silently in the courtyard. People call it Okiku well. No one dares to approach it after dark, because when night falls, the cold wind blows through the cracks in the rocks. People say you can hear the sound of a woman counting plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She counted to 9, then suddenly screamed in pain. Legend has it that it is the ghost of Okiku, a loyal servant who was unjustly murdered. Her soul is never released, and that well has become the door connecting the world of yin and yang. But what happened to Okiku? Why did she die? And why 9 plates?
Okiku was not born into wealth or power. She was just a commoner, slender and gentle, recruited to be a servant in the Aoyama family, one of the most powerful families in Himeji during the Edo period. In the ancient castle, Okiku was famous for her devotion and loyalty. She never complained, always working quietly from early morning to late at night. Her master entrusted her with taking care of a set of precious porcelain dishes, 10 exquisite dishes passed down from her ancestors. It was rumored that if just one dish was broken or lost, it would be enough to cause the Aoyama family to suffer because of losing face to their ancestors. But what Okiku did not expect was that the set of dishes would become the cause of her death. Her master, Aoyama Tessan, was rich but full of ambition. He was infatuated with Okiku's beauty and tried many times to force her to be his lover. She refused, still holding on to her dignity, knowing full well the price of resistance in a society where women like her had no choice. And then Tessan hatched a sinister plan. He would use the discs themselves to destroy her life. One morning, the castle was in an uproar. Aoyama Tessan called all the servants, his eyes cold as ice. There were only 9 plates left on the table. The 10th plate disappeared without a trace. Everyone was terrified, because that set of plates was considered a family heirloom, not only valuable in terms of money, but also a symbol of family honor. If one plate was lost, the Aoyama family could be exiled, even stripped of their power. Tessan immediately blamed Okiku, the only person assigned to keep the plate set. She insisted that she had not lost anything. She had checked carefully before putting it away, but no one believed her. Or rather, no one dared to believe her. However, the truth was even more horrifying. The 10th plate was not lost. Tessan had secretly hidden it. It was all a trap, a perfectly staged play to force Okiku into despair. He imprisoned her, interrogating her every day. Every day he asked, "Where did you hide the disc?" When she continued to assert her innocence, he gently coaxed, "If you agree to be my lover, I will forgive you. I will say that I found the disc." But Okiku would rather die than suffer humiliation. She remained silent. Tears fell in the darkness, and Tessan, not accepting rejection, decided to punish her in an unexpected way. That night, the sky was dark and moonless. In the cellar under the castle, Okiku lay curled up in the corner, her body bruised from the torture. She did not cry, just kept quiet. She did not beg, did not plead, because she knew all her words were meaningless now. Aoyama Tesan walked in, holding the 10th plate. He threw it on the ground in front of her, his voice laughing cruelly. "Here, the plate is not lost. I just want to see how long you can endure." Okiku looked at him, her eyes no longer angry but full of despair. She knew he would not let her live. Tesan grabbed her hair, dragged her through the wooden corridor, out to the backyard where there was an ancient well, the place that used to draw water for the entire castle. No one stopped her. No one witnessed. There was only the wind and the cold moon above. He threw her down the well like throwing away a broken item. The sound of the body hitting the stone echoed and died away in the deep black water. It seemed like it was all over. Tesan breathed a sigh of relief. No body found, no evidence, no testimony. But he was wrong. The next night, as he passed the well, he heard whispering. 1, 2, 3. He turned his head. No one was around, but the counting continued. 4, 5, 6. And when it reached 9, a piercing scream rang out from the bottom of the well that made his blood run cold. After her tragic death, Okiku could not be released. Her soul became a gloomy ghost, wandering around the old well in the castle courtyard. Every night, when darkness fell, people heard Okiku's faint voice echoing from the well. She counted each plate in that precious collection. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But when she reached 9, the counting stopped, replaced by a painful scream, tearing through the night, echoing throughout the castle. Why not count to 10? Because the 10th plate, the last plate, was lost, hidden by Aoyama Tesan. That lack symbolized the unresolved grievance, causing Okiku's soul to be trapped between the living and the dead. The endless counting of the plates, like an endless curse, sent shivers down the spines of all who heard it. The people of the castle believe that only when the 10th plate is found, or the person responsible for Okiku's death is punished, will her ghost be able to rest in peace. But to this day, the Okiku well remains silent, save for the long, mournful sound of counting, a bitter reminder of cruelty, betrayal, and the price of unrepentant sin. Today, Himeji Castle still stands, majestic in the heart of modern Japan. In the backyard, the well where Okiku was thrown into is still there, covered with green moss, surrounded by a wooden fence. People call it Okiku no Ido, Okiku's well. Many visitors come here, curiously listening in silence. Some claim to hear the countdown. Some only feel the cold wind blowing through their spines. Whether you believe it or not, the story of Okiku's ghost still exists as a warning from the past, about injustice to the weak, about the price of desire, greed, and tyranny. Okiku, an ordinary woman, has become a symbol of injustice and the voice of unheard souls. And that deep well, forever a reminder. No crime is buried forever.
every count in the night is a knock on the door of justice, late but never absent.